Hi all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Opunkwo, your accounting software consultant. So now we're done setting up the four key elements, which is your chart of account, your customers, vendors, and your inventory. So now it's now time for us to post the transaction in QuickBooks, using QuickBooks. Remember, I told you that before you can use QuickBooks or any accounting software, there are four elements that you need to set up, which is your chart of account, your customers, your vendors, and your inventory before you can start posting transaction. So if you have not set up all these things, you'll not be able to post transaction using QuickBooks. So now we are going to post the following transaction, which is purchase order, and also I'm going to show you how to receive those items that you ordered from your vendors. So now, what is purchase order? Purchase order is a document that contains all the list of items that you want to buy from your vendors. That's what purchase order is. It contains all the items that you want to purchase from your suppliers. And purchase order comes with a purchase order number. It is called PO number. PO number. So PO number is a number that is assigned to a particular purchase order. It helps you in identifying that particular purchase order that you have raised for that supplier. So now, how do we create purchase order in QuickBooks? So to create purchase order, let's move to our case study. So to create purchase order, this is it. They said on the 1st of June 2025, the purchasing manager raised a PO to Alibaba with purchase order number 001 for the following products. So these are the items that we're going to post using QuickBooks. So to post purchase order, let's go to QuickBooks. You click on vendors menu, you select create purchase order. Now we're going to select the vendor, which is Alibaba. I'll select Alibaba. Then what you are seeing, dropship. Dropship to means if you don't want your vendor to supply the item directly to your company, you can tell the vendor to supply it to your customer. That's what dropship to means. So if I click on this drop down row, you see the list of customers that I've set up. It's just like you bringing in a third party to this transaction. You are telling your vendor, okay, supply it directly to my customer instead of supplying it to my company. Supply it directly to my customer. So this is where you see the vendor address. This is the address of the vendor. Then ship to is my own company address, because I've not typed in any address. I've not set up any address here for my company. It's only the name you are seeing here. So if I select a customer, let's assume I'm selecting Michael Wilson. Have you seen that the address has changed to this customer address? It has changed to my customer address. Look at it. So are you seeing that it has changed to my customer address? But in this case, I'm going to clear the name of the customer. Look at it. It's now showing my company address. So now we are going to post the following items that we want to buy from our vendor, and also enter the PO number. Look at what I call PO number. Purchase order number is a number that is assigned to a particular purchase order. That's what PO number is. So now we're going to post that transaction. So having selected Alibaba, look at it, they said it with PO number 001. So you type in 001. Then the date. Remember, I told you that the date is on the 5th of May. So I want us to use June. We're going to use June. All our transaction will be from June. Like I said, let all our transaction be from what? June. Then let's select the items. ISA desktop. Type ISA desktop. 10 pieces of ISA desktop. Then Apple laptop, how many quantity? 120 quantities of Apple laptop. The next one is what? HP desktop. HP desktop 150 quantities of HP desktop. And the next one is Sony CD. Type Sony CD. How many? Let's check the quantity. 1000 quantities of Sony CD. Type it here. We have Apple laptop, we have HP desktop, and we also have Sony CD. Okay, type 100. This is 100 pieces. So in total, look at it, 44 million. In tally with what I have here, look at it, 44 million, which is 44 million here. So why am I able to select all these items? Is because I've set it up. So if you watch my third video where I showed you how to set up inventory, so go and watch that video if you have not watched it. So all these things I've set them up already. That's why I'm able to select it. So like I said, if you have set up the 4 elements, your posting will be very, very easy. Posting will not be difficult. So that's why it's necessary that you set up the 4 elements. So I'm going to select save and new because I have other transactions to post. So if I select save and close, it will save it and close this window for me. And also look at the vendor message. You can actually type in any message here. You can say thank you for your business, then I'll click on save and new. Okay, so now let me use 00111 as a PO number because I've created a purchase order number already for this vendor. So I'm going to use 001. Then I'll select yes, I want to save this transaction. So what you are saying, QuickBooks is telling me to check the spelling. Am I sure if this spelling is correct? So I'll click on close because I'm correct. You select close. So this is how you post purchase order. So the next purchase order I want to create is Mandela laptop. So I'll click on this drop down arrow. I'll select Mandela laptop. Then the date I'm creating this purchase order. I told you all our transactions will be from June. So this is on the 2nd of June. Then the PO number is 0012. If you look at it, QuickBooks will automatically generate another purchase order number for you. So it has done that already for me. So I'm going to select Dell laptop. How many quantities of Dell laptop? 100 quantities of Dell laptop. Then the next one is HP desktop. How many pieces of HP desktop do I want to buy from my vendor? 120 quantities of HP desktop. Then the next one is Apple laptop. You select Apple laptop. How many pieces? 100. I'll type 100. Then if you check it, this is a total of what? 15,760,000. So this is what I want to buy from my vendor. This is what I want to buy from my vendor. So I can also print out this purchase order. Look at print. You select print preview, and I can also save it in form of a PDF. So let me click on preview. You click on OK. So look at the purchase order that I'm creating. Look at the purchase order. Look at the name of my company, the address of my company, and the item I want to buy from my vendor. Then the PO number, which is 0012. So this is how you see it when you want to print it out. Then I'll click on close and select save and close. Since this is the last transaction, I'll select save and close. So I've automatically save that transaction when you select save and close to save it for you. So now the next thing we are going to do is to receive those items that we have ordered from our suppliers, how do you post it in QuickBooks? How do you receive the item that you ordered from your suppliers? So that's what I'm going to show you now. Look at it, receiving purchases. Now when you order for an item, then when the vendor eventually supply the item to your company, so what you are going to do is to post those items that you ordered in QuickBooks, the item that you receive. For example, if you ordered 100 quantity of Dell laptop and the vendor is now supplying 90, all you are meant to do is to enter what you receive. You enter what you receive. Do you understand? That's what we want to post now. We want to post those items that we receive from our vendors. So if you look at it, they said on the 5th of June. Now I told you that all our transactions will be from June. They said the store manager received all the products from Alibaba with invoice number AI05566. So we want to receive those items that we ordered from our supplier. So how do we post it? We'll go to QuickBooks. You click on vendors menu. You see receive items and enter bills. Then you also see what we call receive items and also enter bills for receive items. So I'm going to explain these three things for you. Now when you click on receive items and enter bills, now receive items and enter bills is used when you are receiving the item and the vendor's bill at this. When you are receiving the item and the vendor bill at the same time, that's when you select what receive items and enter bills. You are receiving the item and also the bill that the vendor will give you. You'll be able to what enter it. That's why it's called receive items and what enter bills. You are receiving the item that you ordered and also entering the bill that the vendor gives to you. So what it does is that it adds the item to your inventory when you receive it and also enter the bill immediately. It helps you update the account payable. That's what it means. You'll be able to add the item that you receive and also it helps you enter the bills, update your account receivable. So the next one is what receive items. Now this receive items is used when you have received the goods from your vendor but you haven't received the bill or invoice yet. It means that when you have received the goods from a vendor but you have not received the bill, the vendor has not given you a bill, you have received the item but you have not received the bill or invoice yet. That's when you select what receive items. Then the next one is that, okay, let me tell you what it does. It actually increases your inventory, but it does not affect your account payable yet because there's no bill yet to pay. You're only receiving the item. Your inventory will increase, but it does not affect your account payable. So the next one is what enter bills for receive items. Now this enter bills for receive item is used when you have already received the items earlier. That is, when you have received the item and now you have received the bill. That's what it means. Enter bills for receive item. When you have already received the items and now the vendor has given you his bill. That's what it means. So when you select receive items, after you have received the item, then you now select what enter bills for receive items. But in this case, we're going to use what receive items and enter bills. So this is what we use. This is what I like using. Receive items and enter bills. I'm receiving the item and the vendor has given me a bill. That's why I'm entering it. That's what it's called, receive items and enter bills. But this one is that you are only receiving the item. The vendor has not given any bill yet. So it does not affect your account payable. It will only affect your inventory. Your inventory will increase, but your account payable will not be affected. So why this enter bills for receive item? It will affect your account payable, and also your inventory will also be updated because you have received the item. So when you select only this receive item, meaning that you are receiving the item only. But when you select enter bills for receive item, meaning that you have already received the item and now you are entering the bills for the item that you receive. That's what it means. So in this case, we are going to use receive items and enter bills. So you can select any one. So what I prefer doing is I'll select enter bills. I'll select receive items for enter bills. When I've received the item, I'm now entering the bills. The vendor is giving me a bill. That's when you select receive items and what enter bills. So I'm going to use receive items and enter bills. And I'm going to select the vendor. Click on this drop down arrow, select Alibaba. That's in the first vendor. So when you click on Alibaba, this is what will display. It said, and a purchase order exists for this vendor. Do you want to open this purchase order? I'm going to click on yes, I want to open this purchase order. So if you look at it, there are two purchase orders that we have created already for this vendor. So the first one is 001 and the other one is 00111. So if you recall, I used 00111 for this vendor. So I'm going to click on it to open this purchase order. So you tick it, make sure you tick it. If it's not marked, it will not be opened. Then you click on OK. That is the item that you want to receive from this vendor. Then the date for receiving the item, which is on the what? The first one is on the 5th of June. Remember I told you that all our transaction will be from June. On the 5th of June, I'll correct the date. It said the store manager received all the product from Alibaba with invoice number AI055666. So you type it here on the 5th of June, select 5th of June, and the reference number AI055666. Then the bill due. Look at bill due. Now what this bill due means is that is the due date. That is the date you are expected to pay for this item that was supplied to you on credit. That's what it means. The day you are expected to pay for this item that was supplied to you on credit, because we received this item on credit. So if you look at it, terms and conditions, look at the terms and conditions. So if the vendor give his own terms, that if you pay within 10 days, that the bill is actually due for 30 days, but if you pay within 10 days, it will give you 1% discount. That's what it means. Then the other one is that if you pay within 10 days, it will give you what? 2% discount. Then you see consignment and due on receipt. Now what this due on receipt is that is used when payment. Now what is due on receipt? It means that the customer is expected to pay immediately once they receive the item. That's when you select what due on receipt. That's what it means. So you see net of 15 days, that is within 15 days you are meant to pay me. A net of 30 days, within 30 days you are meant to pay. You must not pay once it exceeds 30, you must pay within these 30 days. That's your own vendor terms. Then 60 days you pay within 60 days. That's what it means. So because it's on 15 days, that's why you are saying bill will be due within 15 days. In 15 days time. So this memo is just like a narration. You can say being item received in full. Now in a situation whereby you ordered 100 quantity and the vendor is supplying what 90 to your company, you'll be able to what enter what you receive. Once you click on clear quantity, you see that all the item that you ordered, the quantity that's cleared already. So this is where you'll be able to enter what you receive. If you order 100 and you are receiving 90, you'll be able to enter it here once you have cleared all the quantity. So I'll click on receive all because we're receiving everything in full. Then you select save and what new. So I'll select the next vendor, which is Ali Mandela laptop. Mandela laptop is on the 4th. So you click on yes, you want to open the purchase order. If you look at it, the date is 0012. So the reference number, you type in the reference number, which is ML09885. So we received this item on the 5th of June. It's already. Then I'll select save and close, since this is the last transaction. Save and close. So if you can, when you click on the vendors menu, you can also check that purchase order you created for that vendor. So I'm going to use these arrows. This is the left arrow. Are you seeing receive in full? Received in full. I've received this item in full. That's why it's showing received in full. So I can also print out this purchase order. I can print it out. So this is how you create purchase order, and also you receive the item that you ordered from.